Well, by popular request, I will record the session that I did in the LinkedIn audio event last week, so it can be shared and can be enjoyed or used by more people. So the first thing, so let's see, this is the agenda. First thing is why I'm doing this session, putting video prospecting in context, what's the goal, I will share my exact workflow, and also I will comment about results and data. I will try to give you some tips about things to avoid, and then we can speak about questions and answers. The first reason to do this session is just to help. I receive a lot of requests weekly from 2 or 3 guys each week asking me, how do you do this? How are you doing video prospecting? This guy told me that you do it really well, so I don't know if I'm doing it really well, but people ask me for help. I want to help, and especially I want to explain things that I see that are done wrong, the things that you do that are not helping you, because this is there are some mistakes and confusion about what is video prospecting, and I will try to clarify that. And then the other thing is to benefit as many people as possible doing this. To put this in context, video prospecting in LinkedIn is not a silver bullet. It can't replace the main things that you should be doing to generate leads, to create opportunities, to contact and engage people. The main thing you should be doing, in my opinion, is getting the phone, calling people, and having direct conversations. So you have to be doing this as a part of an omni-channel flow. You have to keep this on track with your other systems, and you have to be able to measure or to register your activity, so you know what you are doing from a holistic point of view. But keep that in mind. This will not replace the hard work and the most productive work that you can do as a hunter or sales guy that wants to create opportunities. This will not be the magic formula to be lazy and to have fun and to create opportunities as easy, in a really easy way. This is also hard work. It's effective, but it's not the single most thing that you should be doing. So I think people is doing some mistakes, and I will explain how I do it, and I will be commenting what are the things that I see that people is doing wrong. So what's the goal? This, if you understand this, you are halfway to success. The goal is simply to know people and to be known by that people. It's nothing more than that. You don't need to position yourself as the best guy in blah blah blah. You don't need to speak about the problems that you've seen that person is having, because you have been studying and investing time understanding their problems, and then you are going to help them immediately to change their lives. You are not in that point in the trust cycle. People will not trust you, even if you are serious and honest about being able to solve their problems. Even if you are absolutely sure that you are a really good value for them, it's not the moment. There has been several examples of people writing and explaining how to do prospecting, and they always say, when you go to a bar and you meet someone that you would like to be dating, you are not asking them to marry you in the first minute. So this is a really tired example, but it's a useful example. It's something that is absolutely true. Your goal is just to be known from now and to the future, from the first time, the first interaction, and to the future, and also to start knowing your prospect, because in reality You can have a hypothesis about their problems, but even if you have a really targeted approach and you are sure you are an expert, there are more factors that you ignore. Mainly, what do they care about? In what stage of the buyer journey or the buying cycle are they? Are they interested in changing things? Are they trying to hide things? Are they trying? You really don't know them. So as you don't know them, you don't have to rush, because you are going to create more rejection than affection. The other factor is that you are going to build your audience. Doing this, if you do it well, you will be known by that people. People will know you, and that will be creating an audience for your third factor that I'm pinpointing here, is to add value in a continuous way. If you contact, for example, in my case, I contact between 5 and 20 new people each day, and most of them react positively to this video prospecting flow that I execute. And those people are being added to my audience. So every time I have something new to say, I drip that and share that content with that audience. So if you do it well, the people will start with the right foot in their relationship with you, and they will be more receptive to all the value that you can add from the start. So that's the goal. So let's dig into my current workflow. This is the way I do it daily. The first thing is you have to be consistent. If you don't do this routinely enough, you will not have any idea about the results. You will not be able to understand what works and what doesn't work. And also you will not be able to report on what you are doing. Remember that this activity is sometimes hard to integrate with your CRM, with the corporate systems that you can have. So if you are doing all of this and you are not consistent in the way you do it and in the way you track what you do, no one will know more than you eventually that you are doing this, and this is not good for your future. So how do I make this consistent? In my case, I integrated this into my daily routine. I take my kids to school every morning, and when I finish that, I do a walk with my dog. So I go to my LinkedIn profile and I see my latest connections, all the people that has been connecting with me, and I record a video for all of them while I'm walking the dog. You should not be thinking about doing this in a studio, perfect lighting, the perfect moment of your day, the perfect scenario, because that can be derailed by your daily activities. So you will never be comfortable to do that. So you have to accept to be uncomfortable and to be natural. This is not bad, it's really good. So in my case, I do that. I do it daily. When I take my dog for a walk, I record between 5 and 15 new greetings on video, and I send them in the way I'm going to tell you in a moment. So other component is your LinkedIn profile. The LinkedIn profile is the message. When I ask for the connection for my new targets, what I do is just send them a blank connection request. So that blank connection request will be sent to a targeted list of contacts. I don't ask for connection for people that I know or I'm not sure I can help. I'm really focused on that, so I don't need to be losing my time thinking about, should I send this person a video, what should I speak about. I'm really targeted, so I know that everyone that appears in my list of new connections deserves a video greeting. The video greeting will be focusing what we do, because all that list of people, that full list of new people, really belongs to my ICP. So that's another component that allows you to be consistent and productive. So I send a blank connection request for all of them. I never personalize that because what I found, I don't know if you will agree with this, but in this moment, anything you add more than your profile has to be useful in some way or interesting in some way for your ICP. You should have information in your LinkedIn profile that someone that takes a look will say, oh, this person can help me to do something that benefits me. So that should be interesting enough for your connections to accept the connection. If you send a personalized message saying anything more than what people can interpret from your profile, the risk increases from them to be in a reject mode because they don't align with what you are saying in that message. Because there's a simple question. If you don't know them and they don't know you, the possibility of you saying something that really has nothing to do with their interest, remember that they are going to decide if they want to meet with you. They are going to decide if they accept the connection to you, and that's your first sale of your first goal. And if anything that you put there, because have you heard or read that when it arrives to you? I'm really interested in meeting with you. I'm really interested in adding you to my network. I'm really convinced that you will be interested in what I do. Those messages that are really focused on the sender, they will create more rejection than attraction. So that's it. I suggest you send blank connection request. My numbers is that maybe 60% or 70% of the people that I try to connect with me when they are in the ICP and they are in the area of interest that really relates to what we do. So my video greeting, some tips. There's some way of sending this that's really easy. You can send the video greeting from the native mobile application in LinkedIn. You also can send it if you record it in another application. You can record with the camera application. This is exactly what I do, and this is because of speed. I take a look at the profiles of the people I'm going to send the video. For example, 5 people that I have for the day. So I say, George, I'm going to send a message to George. I think about what I'm going to say, and then I go to the camera application and I record the video and I save it. And I don't upload that in LinkedIn until I finish all the recording for all the people in the day, because this is so much faster than sending the video directly when you record with the LinkedIn application, because the LinkedIn application records, then uploads, and then sends. It's like 3 steps, and with the normal application to record videos in your phone, it will be faster. That's my experience. So what do I say? The structure is what I do is I thank them for the connection. I explain them why I'm trying to connect with people like them. It's not with them exactly, it's with people like them. My explanation is that I'm here to try to help people in our space, but if I can't help, I can learn, and I can help to share interesting stuff for everyone here in LinkedIn. And that's it. Maybe you are surprised, but that's it. I don't ask for anything. I do it short, and maybe I share a story, something personal that resonates with them. So what do I mean no ask at all? I don't tell them that I found that they are doing something bad or wrong that I can help them with. I don't tell them that we are experts in anything. I don't describe anything good about my company or about myself, because you know what? They don't know you. Remember, the goal is to know people and to be known. Anything you advance in the supposition that you're going to add value to them maybe gets ruined by your anxiety or you assuming things that really they don't care about. So if you do that, you risk much more rejection than acceptance. And then maybe you're absolutely right, because you've seen something in their website, because you know the market, because you know the people in their roles usually is lacking XYZ. That is really true. But in my experience, if you force that in the first minute, it's like the pitch slap that you know that you are going to receive when you receive those automations and things that people uses to connect with you, and then you say, oh, what is this person trying to sell me? And then you find out, and then it's something that you don't care about, so you say, oh, I'm scammed. This is not transparent for me. I was expecting this, so now I feel like I'm an idiot because I knew that this is what was going to happen. So if you don't do anything of that, you are changing that relationship. I also say that I'm a human. That let me rehearse some examples, something I do. For example, I will say, hello George, thanks for your connection. I don't know you, we both work in marketing automation. I'm really tired about all the automated tools and things and stuff and sequences and everything we have to fake this human connection. So my way to say hi to you is this. Right now, this can't be faked by a machine, AI. Sam Altman is quiet this week, so for a period of time, you know that this is a person speaking to another person. That was my goal. Why I'm connecting with you? I like to help Marketo users worldwide, and maybe if I can't help people like you, I can learn and I can share interesting stuff that make this LinkedIn network something better for all of us. You don't need to reply. Have a great day. Bye. So that's it. In this case, it was maybe too long, but I have a lot of examples that I can share, real examples that I can privately share with you. But that's it. So don't ask for anything. Don't try to make assumptions. Don't try to add value too soon, because you don't know them and they don't know you. And that will create more rejection than interest. Then other thing I do, you see that I say that I ping them. What do? I send this blank connection request, then I send, for the ones that accept, I send the video greeting in the way that I've described to you, and then I wait. For the ones that don't reply, more or less 20% of the people that I send these video greetings reply positively. For the ones that don't reply, I do what it's a ping. In the sequencing world, in Justin Michael language, it's like a thoughts. But in this case, I say something like, I write to them and I say, that previous video message was just for you. That can be an example. Or other thing can be, I'm not an actor, but I recorded that movie only for you. That can be another example. And I can tell them, could you take a look at that video that I sent you? So it's a quick question. So you remind them that you have sent them something that was specially done for them. It's not the best example of the seventh art, but it's just to remind them that you have sent that to them. And for the ones that don't reply anything, you remember they are in your first level network. So the last step of the workflow is to be continuously adding value. What do I mean with that? When you create something, you post something in LinkedIn, or you find something interesting, you can send this to that audience that you have. You don't have to be too insistent. You don't have to bother them, but you can send them once in a while content and information. And I tell you that more people will appear in the future in your network, and they will say, oh, thank you for that video. I didn't have the time to reply, or what nice detail from you to share that knowledge with me, blah, blah, blah. You have to play the long time game, and you have to be patient. This is not something that will create opportunities for you or meetings in a second. It will not happen the first day, the second day, the first week, or the third week. This is something that makes you be patient and play in the long game. Now, the results I'm getting doing this are about these numbers. The first wave connection, most or roughly 20% of the people reply immediately with a positive vibe. They say, oh, thank you for that. That's a great video. Thank you for your human touch. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for taking your time to do this. The second way, when you ping them and you say, hey, have you seen my video? Maybe 20 or 10%, between 10 and 20% more of positive replies. Then you are close to 40%. And then the third way, when you continuously add value to them, this surface you 10% more during the long playing game. So this gives you about 50% positive replies from first connection in this system, and this is really consistent, and this is really good. What shows in my records when I track the activity that I'm doing with this. So to end this session, let me share with you the things to avoid. Avoid, if you can, to ask anything. Just be curious about them for the future. Don't tell them that you want to meet with them soon, that you expect them to read anything, that you need them to do I don't know what, that you expect them to reply. Don't ask for anything, just give. What are you giving? You are giving your kindness, you are being thankful, you are being human, and you are just wanting to start a relationship with them. Of course, it's a professional relationship. You don't want to be friends of anyone. The idea, people ask me, they reply, what should I do now? The thing you have to do now is just to continue having a conversation. You have to be curious about them. You have to try to be patient and don't force them to understand what you are trying to sell them. Of course, they know that you are a seller, and maybe they are also a seller, and you both are professionals, but you have to let the relationship develop so you understand each other. That's the main goal of this kind of interaction. Don't describe the evidence. I remember a guy that sent me some videos about this kind of techniques, and he asked me what I thought, and he was in New York, and he was in the window, he was looking at the skyline, and he was describing, look, JP, I'm in New York, what a nice skyline. So you don't have to do that. If you are in New York, you are lucky enough to work in New York, and you have a nice skyline, people will notice that. If you are in the beach, I recorded a lot of videos from the beach. I'm not saying, look, the sun, Spain, the beach. That's evident. Don't treat them that they are not smart or intelligent. Don't tell them about the things that you have in your scenario, because this will denote that you are really trying to set up a scene for an ulterior reason. So make it natural. Don't describe the evidence. Don't make it too long, maybe 45 seconds. My videos, my average is between 1 minute and a little more, but don't try to make it longer if you can. The other thing, the last one can make it longer sometimes. If I see something in the profile of that person that personally resonates with me, and I have a good reason to tell them a history, something human that I think about what I read in their profile, but that resonates with me from a human point of view, like I remember something that I like, or I think that it's important in my heart because of something. Don't try to make it too risky about the professional thing, because if you compliment them or you praise something that you see in their profile, for example, I see that you've been the accountant of Microsoft, so maybe they were fired from Microsoft, and that's bad taste of mouth for them, and that doesn't trigger a positive thinking in them. So you don't have to risk it from that way, but you are allowed to tell them a personal story. The goal is to make you more human and to try to strike the human chord that every one of us have inside. So that's it. I don't know if you have any questions. Feel free to message me or to call me or to do anything that you need, because I really like to help people with this need. Bye.